Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel at commaik. This is about the lawn irrigation project. Last month I installed a new lawn irrigation system on this property. For this I used components from Hunter, specifically the MP-Rotators. Today I want to give you a little recap, namely how I connected the valve box, how I ran the water pipe from this side of the house under the walkway to connect everything here. If you want to know how I did it, stay tuned. We're starting in just a moment. Back on the lawn, the installation can finally begin. First, I will lay the supply line, which comes from the house connection to the first distribution box. As you can see, I already prepared everything a few months ago. This pipe ends at the house connection. I have already laid the empty conduits so that I can run the control cable and similar things into the ground. A second empty conduit is also intended to bring electricity and the like into my control box. I don't know if I'll ever need all of this at some point. Today, I will open up this walkway. I will lay the pipes underneath the walkway and connect them to the valve box at the main distribution station. To open the walkway and lay both the water and electrical conduits underneath, I first need to remove the stones. For this, you can simply use 2 screwdrivers or this stone lifter. I'll show you both methods now. At the same time, I have to be careful because as you can see here, I've laid the control cables and boundary wires for my lawn robot directly under this area, which needs to be able to pass through this narrow spot. Of course, I must not damage these. I've carefully removed all the stones from the entire walkway. Here you can still clearly see the bedding grid, which provides a stable base, and right here are the empty conduits specifically designed for the lawn robot's future installation. Furthermore, here is the lateral control cable, also known as the boundary wire, which defines the operational area. And finally, here is the designated outlet for the control cable, ensuring a secure and accessible connection. And along the outside, the other boundary wire runs along the right or left side. I will now remove the bedding gravel here and try to get underneath the border. This border is 25 cm high to get the pipes through underneath the border. I will fill this bedding gravel into buckets or shovel it to the sides. Of course, I have to make sure not to move or damage these control cables too much. I have opened up the walkway, removed the stones and temporarily stored the sub-base in buckets for now, since I can reuse it. As you can see, I have now dug a trench underneath the border and can now connect the pipe, pull it through underneath and connect it to my distribution box. I have also dug this trench. I chipped away the concrete that I used to set or secure the border stones. You won't get very far with just a hammer and chisel here. Either use a hammer drill or, like me, a compressor with a pneumatic chisel. That makes the whole process go smoothly. By the way, the tools I used can be found below in the description. If you like, just take a look there. Maybe you'll find something suitable for you as well. Now, starting from the distribution box, I will pull a water pipe through and connect it here. I've already laid the pipe out in the sun so it gets soft and is easier to bend. I tape up the end of the pipe so that no dirt gets inside while I'm threading it through. After that, I'll also pull 1 or 2 empty electrical conduits through as well. Better to have them now than need them later. Next, the pipe will be temporarily connected to the faucet, sealed on the other end, and then I'll check whether the connection and the pipe are leak-proof. If everything checks out, then everything can be properly packed up again, the base put back on, the stones replaced, and everything compacted. By the way, if you want to plan ahead for the future and do things even better, it's a good idea to lay a kg pipe in a trench like this. From one side of the curb to the other, you can later easily thread additional water pipes, empty electrical conduits, or whatever else you need through this kg pipe. Music plays. Music. I've threaded the water pipe and also laid both electrical conduits in this trench. The whole thing runs underneath the sidewalk and comes out again on the other side of the curb. The pressure is still on the line and there's no dripping, no leaking. This pipe is sealed tight. That means I can close everything up again. This area over here by the house will get an inspection chamber. I had already installed a similar one in another spot, so I can easily access it here and later distribute the pipes as needed. Normally this area is filled in with some sand to prevent any damage from occurring later on. Since I don't have any sand, I'll pour in concrete and then add my sub-base, the gravel and the bedding grit, lay the stones and then compact everything again to make it level. This area here will be closed up again by me, at least up to this point. This area up front I'll leave open, because a sprinkler will be installed right at this corner at this spot. I had already chipped away the concrete from setting the curb here, so I can run my water pipe to the corner and install the sprinkler directly in the corner. However, the water pipe won't run through this trench, but will go a bit more toward the center, so I can access the distribution box from the side. For this reason, I will also close up this area again. The supply line to my new lawn irrigation system is connected. The pipe from the new zone goes over the valve to the T-piece and is also connected to my compressed air connection this way. This means I can blow in compressed air here in the fall and use this route to drain the system, so I don't get any frost damage. I'm going to leave the whole thing as it is for a while to check if there's a leak anywhere in this area. It took me almost a day to install the supply line from the house connection through the walkway to the valve box. Now I can take care of installing the lawn sprinklers. But you won't see that in this video, it'll be in the next one because this whole thing is a project series. If you don't want to miss the next video, click the subscribe button at the bottom right. There you can activate the bell and you'll be automatically notified as soon as the new video is online. Did you like this video? Did it help you? Then give me a thumbs up, give me a like, I would really appreciate it. Share this video with anyone who might find it useful. Take a look at the video description below. There, I've linked the complete playlist, including videos on calculations, space requirements, water pressure calculations, and more. You'll also find some helpful tips in the description. And of course, the most important product links for the items I used here can also be found in the description below. If you want to recreate everything, just click on the links. The price stays the same for you, and I receive a small commission for myself and my channel. I'd be really happy if you could leave me a comment below. Maybe you have a follow-up question? I'm just looking forward to hearing from you. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.